Yeah. Okay. So prayer is very powerful, right?
Absolutely.
And I think even more powerful in a marriage, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So could you give an example of a situation where prayer really changed y'all marriage for the better? Where you have this thing and you're trying to fix and you're like, you know what? Let me take my hands off of it.
Yeah.
I I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over, but you have to make prayer your go-to. That's what I have to do, in order to make this thing work. And when I say make it your go-to, just about everything. Lord, help me to see how I could be better. How could I have handled this situation? Um, if there's something that Corey doesn't understand about me,
Hmm.
Lord, please reveal certain things to him. Um, just praying about everything. Prayer works. And I think sometimes in marriage, people forget that. People forget how powerful prayer actually is.
I think for me, it was during those rough moments because that's all I could rely on
Hmm.
is God. I could do nothing to change her because she was done. All I could do is rely on God and just pray again that he would help me to be better and that he would touch her heart. So just realizing that, I mean, prayer it is what it is. That's the glue. That's the cure. That's what's gonna
Hmm.
work. So for me, it was during those tough times. That's the
Okay.
time where I had to like put that into practice.
Gotcha. And then, like you said, the pleasing one another. Now you're praying for one
Mhm.
another,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
even when they
Mhm.
don't ask for it.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So when it comes to faith, applying it to the fact of having a community of faith. I mean, you got friends that are believers, you got family that are believers.
Mhm.
How important is that for a marriage to be surrounded with that or having to go to people that are also believers?
I think it's key because we talked about it, briefly as it pertains to like keeping people out, but people that you do let in, they have to be people of faith. They have to be people that mean you well,
Hmm.
um, people that you trust, people that you know that have shown you that example. Like that's very important because if you let the wrong people in, um, then it's detrimental. But having the right people can be so helpful to your
Hmm.
marriage. So like I say finding the right people, um, and making sure that God is leading you to those people, but having that community of faith is so important for a marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what has to be the fuel. That
Yeah.
has to be what's feeding, the marriage.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Keela, does it hold you accountable? Do you think having being connected to some believers
It
does it hold
does.
you
It
accountable?
does. And also it's healthy to be connected with believers, other like-minded people because you water one another.
Hmm.
Like everyone is bringing something to the table. Um, this couple may have advice or perspective that we've never thought about it that way
Hmm.
before, and vice versa. So it's important um, to have strongly rooted people in your corner.
Okay. As far as the legacy of faith, I know, you guys have children,
Mhm.
right? So how important is it to show them their faith and to instill the importance of faith into them? And what lessons about spirituality and relationships hope to pass on?
Um, I would say it's very important to share that faith, but I think it's also important in how we do it. Again, you know, you don't want to be the type of person that kind of forces the Bible down someone's throat. But if you can show them through your actions,
There you go.
show them through your lifestyle,
Hmm.
I think they will gravitate to it because we've kind of experienced that through people that we don't really have to talk about the Bible. They see how we get down, and so I think that part is important. And um, as far as establishing the legacy, just enabling them to see like Christ in action in a real way. Because I mean, we live in a society where people They're all about titles. They're all about, what school they went to as far as theology. They're all about this self or man-made stuff. But I think as far as leaving a legacy, you need to show them what it is through your actions to be a follower of Christ. I
Right.
think that's something important to leave. But it's not so, I mean, now we know that the word is the foundation to everything. We know that. But it's not so much about what you read to them in the word or talk about in the word. It's what you show them
Yeah.
through the word. So I think leaving that legacy or that foundation is through what you show them as far as your relationship with Christ.
Gotcha. What about you, Keela?
I was just to piggyback off of what he said, just leading by example. That's the main
Leading by
thing.
example.
Hmm.
Okay.